Hello guys, this is part 3 of the video and we are doing type 4. The question says the ratio between Sumit and Prakash is at present is 2:3. Sumit is 6 years younger than Prakash. The ratio of Sumit age to Prakash age after 6 years will be. So what the question says, first write down everything what the question says. The ratio between Sumit and Prakash at present. This is present is right. Sumit and Prakash is 2:3. So the difference of this ratio 2:3, how much difference? Here should be 1, right? This one, the question says is 6 years younger than Prakash. 1 is equivalent to 6. So the ratio of Sumit is to Prakash after 6 years. So this is the present years and this is 6 years. So if we find the value of 1 is 6, then for 2 and 3 the value will be what? 6 to 12. 3 6 18. This is the ages of both of them at present. So after 6 years it will be 12, 18. Here just add 6 it will be 18, 24, and they will be in the ratio of 3:4. This is how we solve question number part 3 type number 4. So for this type of question, during exam you don't need to even hold your pen and solve the problem, because let me show you. The question says the ratio between Sumit and Prakash is 2:3. So first, what is the difference of 2 and 3? 1, right? 1 is equivalent to 6, right? So 1 equivalent to 6, then for 2 equivalent to 6 to 12. So for 12 and 6 to the 18, 12 and 18, right? 12 and 18 is the present age, and after 6 years will be 12 plus 6 is 18, and another 18 plus 6 is 24. So you can just solve by just looking at the question easily. So you don't need to hold your pen and just solve at exam. You can just solve the question by just looking. This is how we solve. This is another type. This is type 5, and in this question it is based on the product. So whenever you see ages problem which have word product, always use this type of method. So let's start. The ratio of ages of a father to that of son is 5:2. If the product of their ages is 1000, then the father age after 10 years will be. So before we solve any problem of this, let's talk about the basic concept. So whenever we have a product, let's say whenever we give whenever there is a ratio of anything like 5:4, if we say product, we always use x, right? X into 4x. This is the product, 20x square. So there is a square. So this plays a very important role when we do with the shortcut. So we are going to find the square root, right? So don't forget that this is the square root. So let's do with the question. It says the ratio of the father to son is 5:2. If the product of their ages is 1000, so what is the product of 5 and 2? 5 and 2 is 10. 5 to 10 is equivalent to 1000. So let's find out for one part. That's 10,000 divided by 10 is 100. So in the previous video we always find only for the value of 1, because we can just multiply the value of 1 with 5, right? But for product, don't forget that there is a square root. So you must find out the square root. Square root is 400. Square root it is 10. So the value of 1 will be 10. Don't forget this will be the square root, because whenever we find any product there is an x square. So based upon this we are solving this problem. So if the value of 1 is 10, then the value of 5 will be 50. The question says to find the ages of father after 10 years. This is the present age. So after 10 years, you add 10 and 60 years. This is the answer. Okay, this is the next question, and the question says the average age of boys in the class is twice the number of girls in the class. The ratio of boys and girls in the class of 50 is 4:1. The total of ages of boys in the class is. So for this type of question, during examination, you don't need to hold your pen and solve by wasting your time. You can just solve by looking at the questions. So this is how we solve the problem. So let's see first the easiest one. The ratio of the boys and girls in the of 50 is 5:1. That means 4 plus 1, 5. 5 is equivalent to what? 10. 5 is equivalent to 50. That is 10, right? 10 for one part it is 10. For 4 part it is 40. Because for 5 part it is, if it is 50, then 5 equivalent to 50. For 1 part equivalent to 10. Then here it says the average age of boys in the class is twice the number of girls. That means the number of twice of the girls is the number of average of the boys. So we find that the one part of the girl is equivalent to 10. 10 is equivalent to what? Is twice. Then for average age of boys, it will be 2 times into 10. That is 20. If we find the number of average of boys is 20, then so the part of 4 will be 4 into 20 is 8. 4. It will be 40 into 8. 40 into 20. That is 800. So this is how we solve the problem, and let's do by calculating. So first, the ratio of the boys and girls in the class of 50 is 4:1. So boys and girls. Let's write down this. Write like this. 4:1. Right. Total is 50. That means total 4 plus 1, 5. Right. 5 is equivalent to 50. For one part, how much? 50 by 5. This I will just do the long process because for your better understanding. Then 10. So 10. 4 into 10 is 40. 1 into 10 is how much? 10. So this is the ratio. So it's the question. Next question says the average of boys in the class is twice. So this is twice. Average of boys is twice into number of girls. What is this number of girls, right? 2 into 10 is equal to 20. So the next we have find out the total number of ages of the boys. They are asking to find the total ages. If this is 20 and this is 40 part, then 40 into 20 equals to 800 is the total number of ages of the boys, because this is for 40 people, right? This is for 40 people and this average of boys is 20. Then you just multiply and you just get the answer. It's 800. This is how we solve this question. Thank you. So this is the next question of the same type. In the previous video it was type of, so whenever you see that there is a twice or thrice or thrice, you always use this type of method. So in the same way, the next question is also based on the word twice. Whenever you see twice, you don't need to solve this problem in the value in the method of x and y, because most of the time we always use in x and y, and we just complicated the problem more. So by just looking at the question, let's write it down. A is twice as old as B. 12 years ago, A was 5 times as old as B. Find the present age of A. I'll give you time to solve in your mind for 5 seconds and just think how you will be doing. 5 seconds. Okay, so in your mind, first you just need to write it down here. The A is twice as old as B. Here they didn't see any like past, present, anything. So think this as present. A is to B. A is twice as B. That means if B is 1, then you will be 2. That means twice. Suppose if your younger brother is 4, then your age will be 8. That means double of your age. So let's take this as 1 and 2. You can take any value, but just take this as a simple value. And next we have 12 years ago. You can do this side also, this side also, anything is problem. No, it's okay with this problem. So 12 years ago, after 12 years, this side, right? You can write as the 12 years ago, the A was 5 times as old as B. That means A was 5 times as old as B. If B is 1, then A will be 5. The same way in the present time they said if B is 1, A will be 2. That means twice, and this is 5 times. So what I've already told is, what is the difference of 2 is to 1? How many gap? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is 4 gap. Here the difference is not same, so we need to multiply by a multiple. By how much? Here, to make it equal, you multiply by 4 multiple and 1 multiple. So 4 2 is 8, 4 1 is 4, 1 5 is 5, 1 1 is 1. Right. So how many gap now? 5 6 7 8, 3. Both of them have a gap of 3, right? 4 and 1, 3, 5 and 1. So they have the same gap. So when you have the same gap, what I told you is the gap will be equal with the difference, right? The gap present to 12 years, how many? 12 years. So 3 will be equivalent to 12. This is how the value of 12 comes from. So to find the value of 1 part, 12 by 3, 3 4 is 12. So we've already find the value of 1. So the question says find the present age of A. This is the present age of A. The present age of A is how much? A is 4. So 8 into 4 into 4 equal to 8 4 32. This is the answer. This is how we solve the problem. Bye guys, see you on the next video. Thank you.